What's that, firecracker? What's that, pumpkin? Birdie's been spotted. Hey everybody, we got Pumpkin here. How's everyone doing? Pumpkin came because he wanted to watch. Here's the real Pumpkin. Super purring, purrball, trying to get my attention. I think he's interested in food. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started, see if we can get a little bit done. I'm in the main quest, main story quest with Genshin Impact. We are still following the Knave as we were last week. This has been a little bit annoying being stuck here for a whole week, but hopefully we can progress through this and see where we end up. And I'll put the cat right here. Give me a little bit of space. It sounded like the game's already started. I'm gonna go flip over. There it is. Yep. Alright. It's a story quest. You can't control who's with you. This theater looks awfully interesting. Kind of familiar. Knave is from Snetsnaya. She was having a meeting. With Karina.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what I'm on guard.
What do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I didn't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Was there nothing you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydrognosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Loading.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
There's Neuvillette. Neuvillette.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
May we ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, you recount the happenings of the tea party to Neuvillette.
So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does this mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa! It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the Fortress of Meripede? Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Clear skies suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier. Light rain soon came. Just moments before, Neuvillette just mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to that legend, what would Firmine said? It's said that the dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait, Neuvillette, you can't be.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Novelette! Novelette, are you listening?
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the Dragon Sovereign of Water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Yeah, Farina found out everyone
Right,
knows.
of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you are able to force back the Primordial Sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
I was thinking the same thing.
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
See you later, Nervalette.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Alright, all our dailies are done. Now they want me to go back to the prison. Wow, we can claim rewards, we have to go there. Might as well get them out of the way before we forget. No, I didn't mean to do them, I already finished them. Silly. I thought we were going to follow the Knave all the way back to Schnitznaya. Guess not. Loading is slow today. I wonder if it's because my hard drive is filling up. I was thinking maybe I should put my cat picture somewhere else. Cat videos. Taking up so much space.
Oh, the sun's out. When did that happen? Ad Astra Ad Sosk. Thank you for Ad Astra.
think we really need to turn around. We got plenty. Okay, return to the prison.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Faster to take the elevator than to teleport. Teleport is
Learn the safety rules by heart.
still on me.
Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule.
There's no elevator up with just elevator down. Alright, starting at the highest altitude first.
Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from an A.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the Knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was a little surprising.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Everything else is one floor lower. There's one right below me. Oh, it's medicine worker.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Seedwing! Traveler! Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both doing great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervoulet paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Oh, of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervoulet know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervoulet has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Okay.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
Wonder if the order matters. Lurvine.
Courier? Miss Seishween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's you two?
Junior! Lurvine! We're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine, thanks.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Funny pilot.
You guys are back?
Crystal! Maroon!
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worried about your prison pals, is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
I'm sure the welfare meals must have just skyrocketed in quality recently. Your meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Talk to Ryo. Is he back in his office? Upstairs.
My eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think that's going to work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we can stay here for a really long time?
Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Back to the dorm to rest. I have an idea. While we're walking, I'm going to check and see if there's any temporary quests that I forgot about or didn't know about that are about to expire. May fortune find you. Okay, so that's something. Test run. Okay, we have a new character, Shan Yoon. And then Naida's back. And test those. New area. Expanded. Missed paths. Defeat a boss. Okay, new boss just. So nothing specific. Games of Fate, that's nice. Alright, let's look and see. Do we want to try for Shan Yu? It's a wind character. I think this one would be more interesting, and I can't quite afford either one. So, well, let's give it a shot. Maybe I can. Customer service. Usually they let me exchange for primos. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I can't actually afford this. Right here. So we only need 4. Alright, we could try Naida and Shan Yu. Now, she is basically the best character ever. And she's a new character who I don't know if she's the best ever. So I'm going to try for her first. If I get her, then we'll try for the other one. You never know. Oh, gold! Gold! Who is it? Who is it? It's a sword. Oh. And
I am Jean,
Jean,
the Dandelion Knight, requesting approval to join your party. From this day onwards, my honor and loyalty lie with you.
wow! New character, Wind, Jean. Awesome. Not Naida, but definitely 5 stars, pretty awesome. And we got a 4-star, Noelle, which I think she's already 6, so I don't think we got it. If she's not 6, then more magic for us. We got one. Alright, no Naida, but we did get Jean.
It's so nice to distract.
Okay. What is she? Constellation. Oh, she was not 6. She's only 3 now. And we got Jean over here. She quick fast. Oh, friendship. Alright, there's Jean. Okay, so Jean, we gotta level you up to 20. Ascend.
Good. On to our next objective.
Get the bonus for 20. It's a bow. Stringless it is. Another stringless. 2 stringless it is. I think you can combine them into something cool. Okay.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
I think you can go through this way? Yeah. Oh, it's upstairs. Back upstairs. There.
We're way behind schedule.
We're way behind schedule.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Feels like we've regained our freedom.
Mm-hmm. Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
We're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just the thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, so don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Good night to you, Paimon. Tartaglia is underwater. Is that a dragon? What was that? Leveled up my main character, who I never used. Out of the Eons, learn of Novelette's true identity, done. Complete Cataclysm's quickening, done. Activate all elemental matrices in a fight against Shuki no Kami the Prodigal. Change name card from a kitty to something else. Alright, it says wait till 8 o'clock the next day. Turn to the dorm. It showed the shadow of me as I was flying. That was cool. Sometimes pass and see incident in the Fortress of Meripede. Your sentence here is almost finished.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Meripede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Masquerade of the Guilty. Alright, we can do this next time. I think we're basically done with the fortress. That's a huge chapter gone. We have other big chapters and big quests to do in the future. We'll catch up on this another time. Let me see if anyone else is on. We can raid. I don't think any of our other followers are here right now. We could do Sean HPG. Xain HPG. There are followers. Some of our followers are here, I guarantee ya. Anyway, have a good weekend. See you guys next time.